guys, welcome to our YouTube channel Dream Academia. My name is Srimoy and I am going to teach you few modules of physics like optics, modern physics, thermodynamics and KTG, that is kinetic theory of gases. So हमको ज़्यादा मग अप नहीं करना, हाँ, हमको अंडरस्टैंड करना है, समझना है टॉपिक्स का और उसका मज़ा लेना है. सो आज हम ऑप्टिक्स से शुरू करें. तो ऑप्टिक्स शुरू करने के पहले लेट मी टेल यू द कोर्स स्ट्रक्चर कि हम कैसे पढ़ेंगे. हम दो हिस्सों में पढ़ेंगे, ज्योमेट्रिकल ऑप्टिक्स एंड वेव ऑप्टिक्स. इन ज्योमेट्रिकल ऑप्टिक्स आई विल कवर द टॉपिक्स ऑफ रिफ्लेक्शन, रिफ्रैक्शन, डिस्पर्शन, some natural phenomena, ऑप्टिकल इंस्ट्रूमेंट एंड सम एक्स्ट्रा टॉपिक्स. फ़िक्र की कोई बात नहीं, बहुत सारे लेक्चर्स आएंगी, कई 8 से 10 लेक्चर आएंगे ज्योमेट्रिकल ऑप्टिक्स के लिए. एंड वी विल सॉल्व अ लॉट ऑफ न्यूमेरिकल्स एंड वी विल ऑल्सो डिस्कस सम एप्लीकेशन एंड डेरिवेशंस. सो कोई एंड टुडे वी विल नॉट गो इन टू वेरी मच डिटेल्स. ज़्यादा न्यूमेरिकल्स और डेरिवेशंस नहीं करना हमको, बेसिक डिस्कशन करेंगे ऑप्टिक्स को लेकर. सो पहले अगर मैं पूछूं कि ये लाइट है क्या, ये चीज़ क्या है लाइट, अगर आप एक 4th स्टैंडर्ड की स्टूडेंट को आस्क करोगे कि ये लाइट है क्या, वो क्या बताएगा? वो बताएगा कि लाइट ऐसा चीज़ है जो आपको कुछ देखने में मदद करे. So, in a better language, it is basically light is a form of radiant energy, that is energy emitted by excited atoms or molecules, which cause the sensation of vision. And the branch of physics which deals with light and its properties is called optics. तो 10वीं तक आप लोगों ने कुछ कुछ चीज़ें पढ़ा है लाइट के बारे में, कि ये विजिबल लाइट इलेक्ट्रोमैग्नेटिक स्पेक्ट्रम का ये पार्ट होता है, फिर लॉज ऑफ रिफ्लेक्शन, रिफ्रैक्शन. यू आर फेमिलियर विद दोज टर्म्स, राइट? पर अगर आपको मैं पूछूं कि ये लाइट एक्चुअली है क्या, क्या वो एक स्ट्रीम ऑफ पार्टिकल्स है और क्या वो वेव है, तो इसको लेकर बहुत सारा डिबेट हो चुका है लास्ट 200 ईयर्स में, एक्चुअली मोर देन दैट. सो फर्स्ट इन 1600 one scientist named Descartes, he came up with a proposition कि light is made up of tiny particles, and later on this proposition has been elaborated by our father of physics, Sir Isaac Newton. He said that light is made up of small discrete particles called corpuscles which travel in a straight line with finite velocity, and this theory is known as corpuscular theory of light, which is very famous. This theory cannot prove the phenomena of refraction, diffraction or interference. So कुछ तो रह गया ना कि वो प्रूव नहीं कर सका. तो in 1800 another scientist named Thomas Young, उन्होंने एक बहुत फेमस एक्सपेरिमेंट की known as the slit experiment and discovered the classic interference pattern. ये interference pattern क्या है हम बहुत डिटेल्स में बाद में पढ़ेंगे वेव ऑप्टिक्स में, पर for now you should know that only waves can show interference pattern. When two waves superimpose, they show a interference pattern. And so from here it can be concluded that light has wave nature. तो ये क्या बात हुआ, लाइट पार्टिकल भी है, वेव है, तो एक्चुअली हैज़ dual nature. Now most of us are familiar with the term photon, right? What are photons? Photons are basically massless particles which travels in vacuum with speed of light. So do you know these corpuscles are basically photons? ये photons ही हैं. So we also should know that Max Planck and Albert Einstein later on explained the photoelectric effect using this particle nature of light. Now enough of this. So this was basically the preliminary discussion of light. From here we come to optics, how the study of optics is divided. Basically the study of optics is divided into two parts: geometrical optics or ray optics and physical optics or wave optics. What is geometrical optics? Geometrical optics can be explained by geometry and light is treated as ray. वेरी सिंपल. आप लोगों ने 10th तक जो पढ़ा है वो एक्चुअली geometrical optics था. And in geometrical optics we assume that light travels in a straight line, that is rectilinear motion of light. And in physical optics we don't actually deal with rays, we deal with wavefront. Now what are wavefront? We will study about that later on, but for now wavefront actually they are something like this. These are wavefront, and this actually shows the direction of rays. So we will study about wave optics in details later on, but for now let us focus on geometrical optics. अगर हम geometrical optics की बात करें और rectilinear motion of light की बात ना करें तो it is incomplete, right? So आपको आपको ज़रूर पता होगा what is rectilinear motion of light. It is basically light traveling in a straight line in a homogeneous isotropic medium. Do you know what these terms means? That is, the air density should be homogeneous. It should not be different. For example, if the density of the medium changes, then the light rays will bend. That is, refraction will occur. So light rays only travel in a straight line in a homogeneous isotropic medium. What are the results of rectilinear motion of light? It casts shadows, because if the rays are traveling like this and there is some object here, obstacles, obviously if we place a screen here there will be a shadow, right? So the casting of shadow is a result of rectilinear motion of light. It explains reflection, refraction and image formation. It cannot explain diffraction and interference. Just few moments ago we talked about interference. What is diffraction? Diffraction क्या है? Diffraction is basically bending of light ray in front of very small particles. We can explain diffraction with wave optics, with the concept of wave optics. Now let us discuss about the type of object. There are two types of object basically, luminous and non-luminous. When we classify it like this, what are luminous object? The object which emits light, like sun is a luminous object. Tube light, it is a luminous object, right? Now what are non-luminous objects? Non-luminous objects are basically objects which reflects light. Can you tell me a very famous non-luminous object? Our moon. Moon is a non-luminous object, right? But we can see it in the sky because it reflects the rays of the sun. So examples of non-luminous object is moon and let's say water bottle. Basically anything that reflects light. These are examples of luminous objects. Now objects can also be classified as real or virtual. What are real object? Anything you see around you, जो भी आपको दिखाई दे, like a candle, it can be a candle. Say this. What happens? Light rays emit from this, that is light rays diverge from this. So if, but how can object be virtual? If two rays seem to converge to a point, let's say it converges to a point and before that it gets intercepted by a optical element, any optical element. I'm not saying it's a mirror, it's an optical element. So if we extend this behind, let's say refraction happens here and we extend this behind the rays, this is actually a virtual object. So now you can understand, if a converging set of rays is intercepted by an optical element, the point of convergence behind the optical element is a virtual object. So आप लोगों को ये याद रहना चाहिए कि अगर रेज डाइवर्ज करे for object, then the object is real. अगर वो converge करे to a point, then what happens? The object is virtual. Now images can also be virtual and real. We already know about this. You guys already know about this, right? So what a real image? Real image is formed when reflected or refracted ray actually meet or converge to a point. Let's say there is a lens here, convex lens. You know about that, right? Now if there is an object here, let's say point object, and rays go like this and converge to a point. This is a real image. Real image. Same goes for virtual image. Actually, the images created by the plane mirrors are virtual images. That virtual image is formed when reflected or refracted ray actually don't meet but seem to emanate from a point. Like this, if there is one object here and it gets reflected like this. Will these rays ever meet? No, reflected rays won't meet, but if we extend this behind the mirror, then the rays would meet. So that image is actually a virtual image, like this. These are reflected rays. Now just extend this part behind the mirror and you will find the image. This is what we call virtual image. So now when we move to reflection, you know the basics of reflection already from class 10th. What is reflection? The phenomena of turning back of light in the same medium when incident on the boundary of two medium. This boundary is known as reflector. It can be anything. Mirror ही होना है ऐसा कोई मजबूरी नहीं है. It can be anything. Any object can reflect light. So if this is the mirror, let's say mirror. I am considering this reflected as a mirror. If light rays come like this and it goes back to the same medium, this is medium 1, and this is the interception of the two medium. So light ray is coming and it is going back to the same medium, so it is reflection. Now laws of reflection, you guys already know about that. That is angle of incidence equals to angle of reflection. Okay, let me draw. This is the mirror. Let's term it as m dash. Let's say incident ray A O is incident on this mirror. Let this be the normal to the mirror. NO is the normal to the mirror M dash. The ray OB is the reflected ray. Now this angle, the angle with the incident ray and the normal is called angle of incidence, and this is the angle of reflection. What does the laws of reflection say, or first law say? It says that angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. And the second law says that the incident ray, the reflected ray and the normal to the point of incidence lie in the same plane, this plane. Let's move on to the types of reflection. There is actually three types of main kinds of reflection. That is regular reflection. जो चीज़ हमने अभी डिस्कस किया वही था रेगुलर डिफ्लेक्शन. Diffuse reflection, if the reflector is not very smooth, then the reflection which will occur is diffuse reflection, like this image. Then comes multiple reflection. यहाँ पर कुछ समझने की ज़रूरत है, कुछ चीज़ें हमको समझना पड़ेगा कि ये मल्टीपल रिफ्लेक्शन क्या है. अगर लेट्स से देयर आर टू मिरर्स, let's say the mirrors are parallel like this. Two parallel mirrors are placed and the object is here. तो एक बात आप लोगों को जानना बहुत ही ज़रूरी है कि when we use highly reflective surfaces like mirrors, they are very good at preserving the intensity of light in a reflection. That is, a single source can be reflected multiple times. The multiple reflection is possible until the intensity of light becomes low to the point we cannot see. This means that we can almost have infinite multiple reflection, and we can actually see the image at every individual reflection. इसका मतलब क्या? इसका मतलब यही है कि जब हर image form होता है ना, that is actually the result of an image or an image of an image. That this much is clear. So number of images we see actually depends on the angle between the mirrors. The mirrors can be parallel to each other, they can be placed at an angle of 30 degree, 90 degree. तो एक चीज़ आप लोगों को याद रखना चाहिए कि this number of images is related to the angle between the mirrors. जितना कम angle हो उतना ज़्यादा image. तो यहाँ पर what is the angle between the mirrors? When the mirrors are placed parallel to each other, the angle between them is 0. So the number of images is infinite. There is a formula, there is a specific formula for this multiple reflection, which is, the number of images formed is actually equal to 360 divided by the angle between the mirrors minus 1, and let the angle be alpha. So if the angle is 90 degree, the mirrors are placed like this, right angle to each other. तो क्या आप बता सकते हैं कि कितना इमेज फॉर्म होने वाला है? Yes, you can tell, because the formula is 360 divided by 90 minus 1, that is 3. The number of images formed will be 3. तो मज़ा आ रहा है ना? तो एक काम करते हैं और एक सम देख लेते हैं to understand the topic better. So let's look at this sum. What does it say? Where did it go? So let's look at this sum. It says that find the angle made by the system of two mirrors shown in the figure below, so that the incident ray A and reflected ray B is parallel. So it says that this AD, we denote it like this, is parallel to CB. So we need to find this angle. Let's denote it by alpha. Now from the laws of reflection, okay, before laws of reflection we already know this, right? I is equal to R and I dash is equal to R dash from the first law of reflection. Now from geometry we already know parallel lines cut by a transversal, we know that rule. So I plus R and I dash plus R dash have to be supplementary. That is, their sum should be equal to 180 degree according to the geometry. So let's write it down. I plus R plus I dash plus R dash should be equal to 180 degree. Now if it is equal to 180 degree, using the laws of reflection which we have already shown here, we know I plus I dash must be equal to 90 degree, because okay, let's break it down. I plus, we can write this as I plus I and this as I dash plus I dash, which is equal to 2 into 90 degree. So it can also be written as 2. If we take 2 common, it can be written as I plus I dash angle, which is equals to 2 into 90 degree. So this part must be equal to 90 degree. Now we consider this triangle. Which triangle? The triangle DOC. From the diagram, please look at the diagram for better understanding. We consider this triangle, and from this triangle we can write the sum of three angles, that is angle ODC, angle OCD and angle alpha. The sum of these three angles must be equal to 180 degree. We already know that, and we can write this angle and this angle as 90 minus I dash, and this as 90 minus I, and this as alpha. So if we write it like this, that is alpha, okay, let's write it more clearly, alpha plus 90 minus I plus 90 minus I dash must be equal to 180 degree, right? So from here we can also write, from the things we have proven above, that is I plus I dash is equal to 90 degree. So it becomes very simple. All of these things get cancelled out, and we are left with alpha is equal to 90 degree. So this is our answer. That is, the rays to be parallel, the mirror should be placed at right angle to each other. Now let's move on to the mirror rotation case. ये एक बहुत ही इंटरेस्टिंग पार्ट है. तो आपके पास एक नॉर्मल मिरर है, उसमें एक नॉर्मल इंसिडेंट रे IO इज इंसिडेंट ऑन इट एंड इट इज़ गेटिंग रिफ्लेक्टेड एज OR. तो किसी ने सोचा कि एक काम करते हैं, ये मिरर को ना क्लॉकवाइज थोड़ा रोटेट कर देते हैं बाय एन एंगल अल्फा. This is the new position of our mirror. It is being rotated by an angle alpha. So this must be the new normal. Okay, let's draw it in some other color. This must be the new normal. If this was n, let's denote it as n dash. So if this is theta, this angle is theta, it is being rotated by an angle theta, then this angle must also be theta, right, according to geometry. अब ये जब हो रहा है हमारा न्यू पोजिशन, this remains same, the incident ray is same, so our new reflected ray should be like this. We term it as R dash. The reflected ray is deviated by an angle of delta. we denote this angle as delta or angle of deviation. So can you tell me what if can we write if this is angle of deviation, this angle, this whole angle, what should it be? It must be alpha plus theta, because here this is the angle of incidence, this is the angle of incidence, then this must be equal to this angle. This is alpha plus delta, then this also must be, that is angle n dash o r dash should also be alpha plus delta according to the laws of reflection. So can we write alpha plus theta plus alpha plus theta, that is this whole thing, this whole thing equals to alpha plus alpha plus delta. Can we write it like this? Yes, we can, because if this is alpha, then the previous, it must also make angle alpha with the previous reflected ray, right? This diagram is getting a bit complicated, so you should break it down to understand. If this was the initial incident ray, then this was the initial reflected ray, and the initial incident ray made an angle alpha with a normal. Then initial reflected ray must also make an angle alpha with the normal, which is this angle, this angle. Now if this is alpha and this is delta, we have already denoted it by delta. So alpha, this plus this angle plus delta must be equal to this whole angle, right? So we have already explained why this whole angle is alpha plus theta, meaning twice alpha plus theta, that must be equal to this. So from here we can find out the value of delta. It must be equal to, see this alpha is getting cancelled, so it must be equal to 2 theta. So the reflected ray is getting deviated by an angle of 2 theta in the clockwise direction if we rotate the mirror by theta angle in the clockwise direction. So is it clear? It was mazedar, na? It was very interesting. So moving on to the next topic, that is tracing of an image. Image formation by a plane mirror. How do we trace it? Moving on to the next topic, image formation by a plane mirror. It is very easy if you follow few steps. Like, consider any two light rays emanating from an object, apply laws of reflection on it, find the intersection point of the reflected ray or the point where they seem to meet. So here we have an object O and a mirror M dash, and from that a ray is emitting, that is OM. This is incident ray which is incident on the mirror. This can be any ray, and let's consider another ray OB. Since it is normal to the mirror, it will retrace its path. Now in reality the reflected rays won't ever meet, but if we extend the reflected rays beyond the mirror, it will definitely meet at a point. This point is where the virtual image is produced. Since it forms behind the mirror, therefore the nature of the image is virtual, as we have already discussed before, and it is also laterally inverted. To show that, we can take help of another example, like let's do this. This is a mirror. This time we take a extended object like A, B. Okay, take any two rays. Like last time I take this ray, use laws of reflection on it. Never forget to mark the arrows, because without that the diagram won't have any meaning. I take another ray, Okay, now I extend the reflected rays in the backward direction. It meets at this point. Let's name it as A dash. So the image, what is the image? Image is A dash B, which is laterally inverted. Laterally inverted. And it is obviously virtual. These are the characteristics of the image. Like this you can create image of any object. Just follow these few steps and you are fine to go with the तो इसके साथ आज का लेक्चर ख़त्म होता है. आई होप यू गाइज एन्जॉयड इट एंड एज मच एज आई एन्जॉयड इट, and I'm sorry for my poor Hindi because I'm not really fluent. If you have any question, please go ahead and ask that in the comment box. I'll try my best to answer. And next day we'll start with spherical mirror, and we will also do some numericals on this topic, because without numericals ray optics is definitely incomplete. And keep supporting us. Thank you so much. See you in the next lecture. Bye bye.